Surely, Baba. I don't even know which take this is, but we're gonna make it work. Right now, I'm just checking to make sure that my microphone this time around is actually picking up. I do not recall ever having to speak this loud into my microphone before. I'm wondering if it's my settings or what. Goodness gracious. Okay, so let's give it a go. I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I used to find it so annoying when adults used to drink their tea like that. But now I get it. I completely get it. Molo gorgeous. Kamalami unokuthula, ingwekazi, yamawelekazi, umzukulu kaQabe. Today's chat is pretty brief and straight to the point. I am here to encourage you to start putting together your vision board.
I'm just executing my vision. I'm just executing my vision. I'm just executing my vision.
I went through it in detail recently in a subscriber live that I had pretty late in the day, so I know that most of you may have missed it. So I'm putting this video together just to summarize some of the main points that I shared with you. My favorite app or platform or method of putting together a vision board is almost always going to be Pinterest. I love Pinterest because there is a wide array of images, video clips that you can find. But not only that, you also have the ability to create a mood board or a collage. When I say mood board, I am actually referring to a vision board. I don't know why I be calling it a mood board. Tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial.
I did your baby.
Yo, although do I really have to have my mouth this close to the mic? That's crazy. Okay, anyway, let's do things the right way. One of my dreams has always been to be a presenter. If they ain't gonna give you the show, honey, make your own show. Yeah, until when? Do it for yourself. There are boards that you can create in Pinterest. You can put images in there, you can put words in there, you can put video clips in there. I'm going to show you an example of mine that I've made. As you can see, I like to structure everything. For example, everything pertaining to where I want to live, I have together. But most importantly, you should see that there is detail. So I'm detailed in what it is that I want. I want to actually visualize the place that I want to live. Not just to get a generic pic of a generic apartment. No, visualize the kitchen, visualize the bathrooms, visualize everything about the components of that house so that it forms a coherent picture in your mind. And then this is the image or the visualization that you meditate on and that you focus on in actualizing, achieving that house. Here you can see some other things that I aspire towards. You can see how I've arranged them. Don't limit yourself with your vision board. What I will advise you to do is to keep it concise. So you don't want to go crazy. Maybe have 4 pictures pertaining to your house, 4 pictures pertaining to a vehicle, 4 pictures pertaining to lifestyle, 4 pictures pertaining to your streams or methods of income. Keep it simple and straight to the point, but do not limit yourself to what you see other girlies, other boysies, other in-betweensies doing. Do it the way that you want to. If you can find another platform that works better for you, then honey bunny, go ahead and use that. I need you to get to putting your vision board together. This Airbnb trip that you see me on right now, I visualized 2 months ago. I have been dealing with quite a lot. Most of you know that I received a cancer diagnosis. I was diagnosed with melanoma, which I have victoriously beat, darling. Yes, I told you I am an African. Therefore, when a Western doctor tells me I have some autoimmune disease that doesn't run in my family, that I've never had issues with before, I know something's not right. It's not pertaining to me. And so shout outs to all my prayer warriors as well. It's not my diagnosis. Here we are. So I was battling that. I had to have surgery to remove a tumor. Not only that, I also started experiencing inflammation in my knees.
It's about 1 a.m. Friday evening. We are at the Arima emergency room, but no help. We waited from about 10:30. I'm in a wheelchair. That's how bad it is.
At the first hospital I went to, couldn't pick up at all through x-rays and other tests. I was then told it's arthritis. I like to think when I get back to South Africa, the doctors there will tell me there's actually nothing wrong with me. I was in a mental space where I was just very stressed out. And when you are sharing space with someone, especially a romantic partner, that energy is contagious. Mental stress is contagious. Emotional unrest is contagious. Physical stress can also be contagious, but for the most part, because we all know that we're constantly sharing and exchanging energy, the easiest waves to flow between two people will be those that come from the mind. Those are the strongest, as well as those that come from the heart, the chest, the emotions. I then decided, let me take some time out, let me go and recenter myself. I do not just talk about these things, I do them. And so I'm hoping that in 2025, I will be able to demonstrate that for you. I am an ambivert. What that means is I am neither introverted nor extroverted. I tend to respond to the environment that I am in. My natural state is calm and restful. However, due to my neurodivergence, the way that my mind functions is often more fast-paced and chaotic than what my natural spirit's resting state is. Therefore, that means I have to find coping mechanisms. I have to strike a balance between being someone who wants to find peace and healing, but also being someone with a very vivacious and stunning personality. I was raised very much to be seen and not heard. We are papa, you talk too much, you're too loud, you're too forward. And so I had to unlearn later in life and really just allow for my personality to shine through. I am naturally well-spoken. I am naturally easy or able to connect with people. Please don't ask me about a private conversation. That is another story entirely. But we're going to unpack all of that as we go. So I'm going to help you understand the weird girls a little bit better. And when I say weird girls in this instance, I mean the good type of weird girl. Oh, Tina. Yes, I'm speaking about the alternative black girls. That's who I represent. I represent all beautiful, mixed race or light skin, beautiful, pretty, ambitious, spiritual women specifically. Hence, I term myself a spiritual baddie. And what we are going to be embarking on is the Spiritual Baddie Kamp. I'm very excited about this, and I want to show you, you don't have to have a whole resort or a facility to do something. I'm doing these camps virtually, and we're having so much fun. Go and watch Conclave. Oh my God. Those women will never be in high-ranking positions, but they're good enough to serve the men. These men touch little children. These women know, and they allow it. If you have a woman in your family who works in the church, I guarantee you she's protecting at least 2 rapists. Come back and fight me when you find out. Also, in the same church, you are discouraged from being an individual. You are discouraged from exploring your sexuality. You must think the way we tell you to think. You must act the way we tell you to act. When you are depressed, that's not our problem. Figure it out. Yes, 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 yes. Be like Jesus, but no, we don't want to be like Jesus. You have to be like Jesus so that I can fuck around with you. Yeah, you must forgive me, your abusive parents, so I can continue abusing you. Me forgive you? Never. I need you under my thumb. I haven't even started showing off yet. Oh no. You know me. I like to show off. I like to show off. I like to spend on the pretty ladies. It's very important to spend money on pretty ladies, gents. Yeah, you need to stop living in your ego, and you need to stop living in your femininity rather. You need to allow your masculinity to shine through. Masculinity loves femininity. Masculinity thrives around femininity. If you are a masculine or primarily masculine identifying being and you find feminine energy threatening or uncomfortable, something is wrong over there.
There is something that I gotta tell you.
It's giving me cigarette seats.
There is something that I gotta tell you.
Who think you don't finish sucking out you in your feelings?
There is something that I gotta tell you.
What happened, September?
So I represent the spiritual baddies. I cannot necessarily speak for dark-skinned black women. If you're smart and well-spoken, well, honey, I'm speaking to you. You are pretty, you are well-spoken, you are intelligent, you are kind. You already have 4 characteristics right there that are going to cause problems for you in all walks of life. And these are some of the topics that I want us to tackle. But in this video, I'm just introducing that concept. So in representing spiritual baddies, I want to give you guidelines. I want to equip you with tools and skills to be able to navigate this very, very strange, neurotypical, allistic world where the rules are upside down. You already know the normal actual way of existence is the way that we see the world as autistic people, as schizophrenic people. You know, I want to take a bit of a meander here. I remember having a conversation. He was telling me about a particular insane person in Lesotho that he believed had spiritual ability. And I posited to him to say, you know, after spending time in a psychiatric facility, and I was there purely to observe how the facility functions, how the patients are treated, how treatment is actually conducted as part of my training, as part of my traditional African initiation into the art of African medicine, treatment and healing. So I said to my friend, what if all the people that we say are crazy are actually the same ones? And at this point in time, I was not aware of my own autism, my own neurodivergence, my own challenges, my own residuals from the traumas that I had experienced. So I was purely speaking from a point of assuming myself to be quite neurotypical at that time, even though, of course, the behaviors I was exhibiting said absolutely the contrary, stated very much otherwise. But we listen to ourselves, don't judge. I still very much believe in the same concepts. I feel that the way that the world is now set up, the system that we live in, is designed to make us sick. We are all sick. by the way. Some of us just more than others. The system is designed to make us sick. We have to earn a living. We have to pay to be alive. There's something very wrong with that. Not only that, your intelligence is validated according to how much money you can pay in order for your intelligence to be validated. I'm now tiptoeing into another territory. I saw quite a couple of interesting posts about anti-intellectualism, something that I myself am very terrified of. But when it comes to the issue of tertiary institutions, particularly in South Africa, giving out qualifications based on how wealthy we are, based on who we know, that is where I have a problem. Because I, for example, was excluded from my tertiary institution based on the fact that I could not afford to be there. So I was financially excluded. So me being financially excluded, I already demonstrated that I was capable of doing the work. So because my family was not able to fork out this money so that I can get this piece of paper that says that I can do this thing, does it mean that I now limit myself to not being able to do this thing? Because I can assure you, I have done many, many things without any pieces of paper. I've been paid very well for them and I have executed them to the highest standard, darling. So when it comes to that, that is my gripe there. Coming back to the system is telling us that our worth is determined by what we have. Not only that, this system says we have to constantly consume, we have to constantly buy. Buying things that are also genetically modified, they're bad for us. Then we need healthcare. We need to go to the hospital. We can't afford this healthcare. And healthcare should be free. It should be every single government's primary prerogative to keep their citizens alive, particularly the elderly and the young. Kodwa again, I guess the Sesco comrade within me will forever be there. That's not what I was here for today. Coming back to the point that I was making with regards to just how this world is upside down, maintaining your sanity is very crucial. Taking medication, especially as an African, is oftentimes going to make you worse. I'm going to say that again. Taking things like mood stabilizers, antidepressants as an African person alters the structure of your DNA. Yes, it does. Those of you who were told you have an ancestral calling who then went on to go and take things like lithium or C-Lift, your Zoloft generics, didn't you find that your dreams started disappearing, your abilities started weakening? There were certain things you were no longer able to do. Yes, because those medications are altering the state of the chemical structure of your brain, one, and then also the information that is coded into your neural pathways too. Honey, I am not a psychiatrist, I'm not a biochemist, I'm not a medical doctor, I am not any of these things. I am simply a Sangoma, previously known, FKA witch doctors. They used to call us witch doctors. I clearly have quite a lot to yap about. This is just the first night. This is just me saying, I am here in this Airbnb because I needed a mental break. I am very, very passionate about my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, my spiritual health, my shadow health. All the dimensions that make me the woman that I am are very important to me, but especially my mental health, because my mental health informs how I approach the care of all the others, how I see myself, how I think about myself, how I observe and process my feelings happens in my mind. Therefore, I have to make sure that my mind is healthy and running at a capacity that is good for me primarily, and then those around me secondarily. The other reason that I was yapping is to say, get your vision board out because that shit is legit. Get your vision board out. You see me living the dream. Get your vision board out. Visualize where you want to live, what you want to drive, where you want to be working, what you want to be doing for work, the type of lifestyle you envision for yourself, your style, your accessories, your hair, the type of people you want around you, the places you want to go on vacation on, the courses that you want to study, the causes that you want to be a part of. And speaking of causes, before I go, make sure that you subscribe to my TikTok community. Your subscription ensures that I'm able to continue making content like this, but not only that, it directly contributes to the research that I do when it comes to African history, African culture, African spirituality, African sciences. So let's start moving away from the term African spirituality. There's no such thing as African spirituality, it's just spirituality. Okay, but I'm speaking specifically about the one from Southern Africa. So what must happen?
Do you believe it or not? I believe it. Okay.
I'm speaking about that. Let's call it African sciences. Let's explore it together. But for now, let us take a practical route. Put together the vision board. Practice your visualization together with the affirmations that I will be posting for you to use. Come back and tell me if that shit ain't legit or if it is. Emma Kosini, I hope you enjoyed this really quick yap session. I definitely enjoyed it. It's also just an interesting exercise because this is unscripted, just to see where my mind would go, just to see how I can keep my thoughts together without a reference, without notes, and just to also inform how I might set up yap sessions in the future. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I cannot emphasize how delicious this tea is. Enjoy the rest of the time that you have. I hope that you get enough rest when you do. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are. And if you're not, remember to just take your shoes off, ground yourself. We call this earth thing. Remember, you are an earthling. You are an earthbound being. You are made up of water. You also breathe in air. The only element that you do not encompass is fire. You are an earthly entity. You need to connect with the earth regularly. So take your shoes off. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, and let it out. One more. Hold it. Works every single time. Ukhanye lapho ukhona kwande.